What's up, guys? This is Cooper from FedRetirementPlanning.com, and today's video is on basically a lot of myths and problems that I think people misconstrue with the TSP and their federal retirement. Since running this channel, I've had a lot of questions, whether it's through my website, you can find the contact form on there and ask me a question, or through YouTube or Facebook, anything like that, where people ask me questions, and I find I get a lot of the same questions over and over, and it's oftentimes due to misinformation, and not any problem on your part, but there's just a lot of myths out there about the federal retirement, and so I want to squash those today. Before I go any further, if you are a federal employee and you haven't subscribed to this channel, then you're doing yourself a big disservice. I come up with videos weekly on everything from your TSP to general federal benefits to financial planning, and I do all of this for free for you. So if you haven't, click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let's get into the video. Okay, the first myth that I get, and this one I probably get most often, is, Cooper, I can't access my TSP until I'm 59 and a half. What if I need the money? What do I do? Okay, and this is, really I'd rather you not touch your TSP until you're 59 and a half because you want it to grow, and I think a lot of people take it too early, whether that's through a loan or whether that's through a withdrawal. But something to understand is you can take out money before you're 59 and a half. The only issue is you're going to have to pay a 10% penalty that the IRS is going to take out, okay? So if you like to, you can remove money from your TSP. The issue is you're going to have to pay that 10% penalty to the IRS as well as the taxes, okay? And that 10%, that's a large amount, okay? So should you take from the TSP before you're 59 and a half? Probably not. And really the idea behind the 59 and a half age is that's as long as you're working, okay? If you retire at 55 or later, in most cases, you're going to be able to take from your TSP without that penalty, okay? But what the 59 and a half age is that is if you're still working. So that's an age-based in-service withdrawal request, that 59 and a half. That form would be the TSP 75. But just to be aware of, you can take money out of your TSP before you're 59 and a half, but you're going to pay a penalty. The second myth I often get is people that email me and they're thinking about leaving federal service, and they wonder, okay, if I leave federal service and I haven't been working very long, do I not get the FERS annuity or the your federal pension as a FERS employee? And this is a great idea, a great question, and I'm sorry there's so much misinformation around this, but if you have at least 5 years of service, you do get to receive a FERS annuity. It's a deferred annuity, but you get to receive it. What people are really talking about is an immediate annuity. To receive the immediate annuity, you need to have at least 30 years at your minimum retirement age, your MRA, or 20 years at age 60, or if you're age 62, you need 5 years. And an immediate annuity basically means that you're going to receive your annuity payments starting 30 days from the date you retire. Okay, so basically, you need to understand that just because you haven't worked a lot in the federal system doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to receive an annuity. If you've worked at least 5 years, you're going to have the opportunity to receive that annuity that you paid into. And you can receive that later on when you were supposed to receive it, which would likely be after you've retired from your other career oftentimes. The third myth is one that I hear a lot, and not just from federal employees, but really a lot of people I meet with. And that is that Social Security is going to run out of money by the time that somebody like me who's young is going to be able to receive it, or somebody who's older than I am is going to be able to receive it. But the issue is that's not really true. Okay, I remember a time when I was in college and I was taking a macroeconomics class, and this economist talked about all the misinformation surrounding Social Security, because I had been under the impression that Social Security was, like everybody talks about, wasn't going to be here when, I got to the point. Now, I think it's important to understand that Social Security has changed dramatically, since the time that really it was created, really Social Security was seen as a supplemental thing to somebody's retirement. Now, for many people, Social Security is really the only thing that's keeping them, floating in retirement, unfortunately. Now that said, Social Security, based upon what I've seen as far as their payouts and what they've received, it seems like they're going to be around quite a bit longer, okay? Social Security up to this point has paid out around $16 trillion, okay? So that's what it's paid out to, people that have earned Social Security. But what it's received is $19 trillion. So it's received about $3 trillion more than what it's paid out. The projections for Social Security also are pretty favorable. They say that, the share that employees are going to pay into Social Security is going to go from around 14% to around 16 to 17% from now until basically 2040, 2038, somewhere around that time. Something else to be aware of is lawmakers, they have a lot of ability to make up, the financial shortfalls that could come from Social Security, not being able to pay things out, okay? Social Security is going to be around, at least from my perspective. If you disagree, you can let me know in the comments section below. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'd like to hear why you disagree because I'm always trying to educate myself. But based upon what I see, I believe Social Security is going to be around for much longer. And if somebody were to say, stop Social Security, say Congress or a president decided that that was going to happen and it went through, everything that had to make it decided, that person would be looked at very unfavorably, I would assume, okay? So I really don't see Social Security going down anytime soon, but then again, I don't have a crystal ball. The fourth myth is that your federal employee health benefits are going to cease to exist when you turn 65 and join Medicare. Okay, this is a myth I hear a lot. It's like, okay, when I turn 65, I'm no longer gonna have health insurance, I'm just gonna have Medicare. How is that going to affect me? But the truth is, you can keep your health insurance, your federal employee health benefits, for the rest of your life, okay? It's not something that you have to get rid of. When the time comes when you're 65, you can choose Medicare Part B if you'd like outpatient health care. But that being said, you can continue having your federal employee health benefits and your health insurance until the day you die if you choose to. The last myth is one that I often get because I talk about the TSP a lot, and that is, when I retire, when do I have to take my TSP out? A lot of people think that they have to take their TSP out right when they retire, or there's like a certain deadline when they have to have all the money out. And really the fact of the matter is, you don't have to have your TSP out at all. You could leave it in there forever. That said, you're going to be required to take a required minimum distribution, an RMD, when you turn 70 and a half. Okay, you're going to be required to take that whether you're in the traditional or the Roth TSP, because the Roth TSP is not like the Roth IRA in that manner. I've talked about that many times before, but understand that you can leave your money in the TSP as long as you want. You're just going to have to take the IRS required minimum at 70 and a half, the RMD, when you reach that age. Okay, so there's no requirement. Don't let anybody, company or anybody tell you that you have to take your money out of the TSP. There are benefits to taking your money out of the TSP, but there's also benefits to leaving it in the TSP. It's just something that you need to figure out which is best for you. But understand that you don't have to take it out. But this has been Cooper with FedRetirementPlanning.com. Like I said previously, subscribe to the videos if this is helpful. If you want to be updated on your TSP, your retirement, and all the things that are happening in the federal retirement world, this is, in my opinion, the best way to receive it. But thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next week.